Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome on into Sunday Sports Extra. Jay Tuss alongside Will Hall. Tom Scott is going to be alongside us in just a second here. But first things first, the boise-state football team looking to bounce back on the blue.
Good to be back home in Boise after spending what felt like a month on the road with the bye week included.
Yeah, hey, the Broncos coming home with a little momentum. Yeah. 2 straight wins on the road. But I remind you, entering this weekend, the last Boise State victory on the blue was all the way back in early September. Yeah, that's right. To the highlights we go. And, well, Boise State trying to improve to 15-1 all-time against the Cowboys from Laramie.
We pick things up in the first half. George Holani back healthy and back making an immediate impact for the second week in a row. Game-high 38-yard rush. Right here, Broncos moving the chains early.
That's Boise State's longest rushing attempt, by the way, since November 2009, in almost 2 years.
Wow.
Later on that same drive, Holani continuing to be Houdini, making defenders miss. He had 102 yards rushing on 20 carries on Friday.
I like Houdini more than Hot Pocket. My 2 cents worth. That drive capped off with his Hank Bachmeier touchdown pass to Riley Smith. Hank, 23 of 32. Throwing for 225 yards, and that score, Broncos striking first.
Wyoming didn't have a lot of answers, but they did have one here. They cap off a nice drive with a Titus Zen touchdown run. That tied things up at 7 apiece.
Right before halftime, Wyoming tries to ice Jonah Dalmas.
Bad idea.
Bad idea indeed. They use all 3 timeouts to no avail. Jonah, ice in his veins, drills the 43-yarder. Look at that. Steers back down at him. I love it.
He's such a competitive guy that I seriously think that it only gives him strength. And if you saw, like, the distance in which he cleared that thing, it, like, went well over the catch net.
Well over. One of the best kickers in America.
Yep, no doubt.
We move to the 4th. Broncos only up 13-7. Wyoming driving near midfield. But this was a monster play. Dimitri Washington, the tip pick. He would be bounced out of bounds at the 13-yard line. That's Dimitri's, believe it or not, first interception in his football playing career.
Yeah, like not just at Boise State, but in his entire life. 2 plays later, Boise State finds pay dirt. Andrew Van Bulldozer barreling through would-be tacklers. Man, Ape made a business decision. I hope he kept the receipt because probably wishes he could take that one back. Andrew just absolutely barrels him over. That made it 20-7, Boise State.
I think Ape needs to expense report that business decision. Jonah would add on his 3rd field goal of the game to help ice things away. Broncos snap a 3-game home losing streak, beating Wyoming 23-13 the final.
I mean, it was in the back of our minds. I think, Coach Avi obviously played here. A lot of coaches have played here. So it was something that was kind of brought up to us in the back of our minds at the same time. We just focused on operating and executing. But we all knew it. It's a place that, people don't win a lot here. So it's something that we talk about protecting the blue. So for us to get a win, it was huge.
I've been here a long time. Like, it's not our standard. This is our home. We have the best fans in the world. We got to entertain them. We got to do our thing for them. And I think we talked about today, this is our home. When someone wants to come into your home and do something, lock the door behind them and let's make sure they don't get out. That is something we focus on every single day.
There's plenty of things we need to clean up, but they also know that they're going to get everybody's best every time they come to the blue. And it's going to be a tremendous challenge every single time, and what it means to prepare and to get ourselves ready. At the end of the day, the mission was accomplished. The goal was achieved. It's not, in this game, it's not going to be perfect all the time. But at the same time, too, we will look and take responsibility and accountability for the things that we must do better.
This is a constant, a staple, if you will, of the Andy Avalos era. Accountability, accountability, accountability. I mean, at the end of the day, they pick up a 10-point victory. Probably should have been by even more than that. A last-second touchdown by Wyoming. But still things to work on a little bit, maybe on the offensive side. Either way, I mean, still a nice win on the blue.
At the end of the day, a win is a win. Much needed at home on the blue to get back to protecting the blue. Yeah. And don't look now, Boise State, you're starting to figure it out.
And a nice opponent on deck, I would say, in New Mexico that's kind of struggled this season. I do bring it up, though. The Boise State really played well on defense. Probably even better than the numbers would have to show. For more on that, we turn it over to Tom Scott for tonight's edition of the Scott Slam.
Thanks, Jay, and I agree. The theme last night, or Friday night, was just win, baby, and they got it done. It was Boise State's best defensive showing of the year, and it was even better than it looked Friday night. Wyoming's final snap of the night covered 74 yards on a touchdown pass, so that's 74 yards per play, 1 touchdown, and 1 third down conversion. That means that on the previous 46 plays, the Broncos allowed only 214 yards, 4.7 yards per play, 1 touchdown, and a 2 for 9 mark on third down conversions. That's good in anybody's book. The team that rushed for 385 yards on Colorado State last week managed only 132 on the blue turf. It wasn't a major step forward for the Boise State offense, but look at what was missing. Octavius Evans and Stephon Cobbs, who are both having solid seasons, were out with injuries. With that said, you have to consider how C.T. Thomas might have helped had he and the Broncos not parted ways. Add it all up, and that's 70 catches, 863 yards, and 7 touchdowns worth of production. Scott Slant trivia time now, and believe it or not, Senior Day is already here. It happens this Saturday night against New Mexico, and it's already been 10 years since Kellen Moore's Senior Day now. Which fellow senior was Moore's favorite target with 106 yards in that blue turf finale against the Lobos in 2011? He holds the school single-season record for TD receptions with 16. Stay here for the answer after the first break, and back to Jay and Will.
Said player had massive shoes to fill, considering the fact that a couple pretty good pass catchers in Titus Young and Austin Pettis were out the door.
I'm zipping the
all
lip,
I'm
Tom.
saying for now, Tom. All I'm saying for now, Tom. All I'm saying for now.